Right, there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. How's it going? My name is Unknown, I'm filling in today for F4. So, looking forward to the race as people start to come out for qualifying. I did just do a massive intro there, but my headphones were turned off. So we're starting swimmingly, sadly. But anyways, let's just get everything sorted out now. There we go. We'll get fitted tyres at the moment. Wow, quite a few people out already. Anyways, let's see who's the first out. Why can't I not? Alright, mini map. No, we want the full map. There we go. So we see the first of the bunch to jump out. Furthest away from the pits, actually. The longest pit exit is Cuba Willett, so he must have been right on it. Right on it to get out onto track. Just going to get the stream up just to check everything's smooth. Make sure everything's running sound. A lot of people coming out already. Very early. Everyone eager to get their bankers in. Long week waiting up to Bahrain. Right, stream sound good. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, bless myself. Everything that's good though. Anyways, Cuba's just starting his lap time. He did race here for JVL a few weeks ago, and he did pretty decently if I remember, so I'm curious to see the lap times on here. I know what I'll be aiming for, but it'll be good to see what each tier does. It's always interesting to see. We've had a few weeks actually where, say, F4 has been faster than F3. F5 has been faster than F4 once in qualifying, so it'll be interesting around a track like Bahrain. Sorry if I'm a bit sniffly, I got a bit of a cold. No corona thankfully though. Cuba has one of the Hasses right behind him, which is, I believe, Righty Boy. Now Righty Boy is, I believe, is won a few races, so he'd be a good driver to keep track of. But we're just going to go back on with Cuba a minute just to see where he sets it. Oh, he's actually invalidated his lap. There he goes. Righty has not, he's got a foot in the sector, but hasn't everyone. They haven't really left much space between each other's laps. Cuba derated now. I don't know how he's derated. Maybe he didn't turn his... He stayed out. Okay, anyways, Righty Boy sets the pace at a 1:26.947, and who is now to cross the line? We've got Liette with a 1:26.3, stepping up the pace by quite a margin already on a banker. And we've got a McLaren of Iron Knight just going around. He's invalidated at the last corner, and he's just coming to the pits. Bit of a pit lane across there. Just not great to see. I've had my ins with them this morning. I'm not very active up. Thank you, champ. And we've got a racing point car on the last corner of Sickle Pigeon, but he is on his out lap. And there's another McLaren of You Can't Beat Me coming around the last corner on his lap, and he sets a 1:30.27 flat for P5 at the moment. Now we can see a few medium runners. We've got about 5 at the moment, as I believe that was Miyaki who just set a lap for a 1:27.4. So he'll be coming in. But 2 medium runners have already jumped 2 soft runners on their bankers at the moment, which is nice to see. Now Radoshan was set at 1:27.3 on the mediums. I expect him to go onto mediums if I'm honest, because after his show in Singapore, he showed that he's got the pace, even on the second compound, on the alternate strategy, to be within the top 5 consistently. Now we've got an Alpha Tauri coming on the last corner. It's Lexapro on his out lap. Black Wolf, I believe I used to race with him in F3 last season. So it'll be good to see what his pace is running at the moment. As Villeneuve is now to come across the line. He was practicing yesterday. Did invite me to some practice very generously. But let's see what he crosses the line with. P2, 126.8. He's already gone around 2 laps on his softs though, and is out of ERS considerably, so maybe he's done 2 runs there, which on the softs maybe I wouldn't recommend it. But anyways, we see another Mercedes coming on the last corner. He's 2 seconds up on his time, so Red Zach will be coming back into the pits. And we've got a Williams of Miyake with 8 seconds up on his time, so no improvements there from him. Red Bull of McDusty just coming around the final corner now. On a lap, and he sets a P2 at 126.6. There we go, and I believe that is another Mercedes of Kuba Willick, who is not invalidated this time. And he comes round to set a 127 flat, which isn't great for a soft run, and he's done it on 3 lap old softs. Does this guy not change his tyres? Because this guy did the same thing in JVL Brazil last week. He didn't change his tyres for 3 separate runs on softs around Brazil. He's lucky he got pushed out of the top 10. But, yeah, why? Get a fresh set on that. No need. Rado through the win from 5-0. Can anyone in the race, if they are in the stream, let me know about where? Why am I asking that? It's Bahrain. It's not going to rain in Bahrain. I'll carry on. Anyways, McLaren of You Can't Beat Me, who was invalidated, but he is up in his time anyways. So nothing much to worry about there. And then the next person to come up my lap will be Miyake, who is moving out of the way very kindly. Not even taking out the meter boards there, which is quite kind, but I doubt anyone in F4 will be using no line. And if they do, respect. Is that Liesi coming up for his last sector now? It is, but he's on an out lap. So if we go now to the Alfa Romeo of Vicky. Vicky had some problems with reports in Baku, so hopefully gets to have a nicer race with less incidents today. And he goes into P7 with the 127 flat. Same as Cuba Willick, 2 laps newer softs. And that is Miyake coming round for the pits. Not cutting the line as you should. Here we go, we've got Black Wolf on a very slow lap. Has he run out of fuel there? Or is he just slowing down? He's just slowing down, okay, very nice. We have a Haas coming around, Righty Boy, with someone else on his tail. So we've got Righty Boy setting P5 still with 136.9, and the other car behind him coming into the pits. We have Liesi coming out on his out lap, and then a McLaren just behind him on You Can't Beat Me, 6.8.10. He's up on his time though, sadly. A lot of people up on their time coming into the last corner. Not being able to beat the bankers, which is a bit of a worry. They have got plenty of time there to set some more laps. We've got Radoshelm on his out lap now, coming on the last sector. And just behind him would be Liesi, who is on a lap. Oh sorry, he's not behind him, that is Skylar. So what Skylar's doing? Total middle sector, but well, everyone gets put on this sector. But he hasn't validated, so let's just give Liesi, our current pole sitter, a bit of a lap show off a minute, while I just sort some things out. I am Matt's mate, yeah, it's unknown. Thought I'd step in, I got nothing to do today until about 7 o'clock, half 7, so I thought I'd give it a shot and give it a helping hand. Rain in Bahrain would be funny, says Fry Pepper. Rain would be very funny in Bahrain. I'd love to see turn 12. I believe it's turn 12 anyway. That would be quite funny. Very much. Anyways, Liesi sets a 126.3, but he's not even at the last corner yet. So has he done that? What's happened here then? confused. Confusion. This game is just so glitchy sometimes, I swear. Anyways, just gonna get the Discord up just in case anything happens with the lobby and we have to restart. Trying to make it snappy and quick. I think everything should be good though. I think we're running smoothly. F4 chat. Cuba Willick is racing a DTM race today, he says. Standing for Don't Touch Me. So, hopefully for him, everyone stays out of his way. We've got 8 of you in the commentary. Hello, nice to see you all. Hope everything's going good in your day. Juju Santi's on his outlap now. He starts his lap on softs. And we've got a Williams of Jimmy Hunt. Nope, it is Miyake on his outlap as well. Sorry, I was not looking at my screen in a minute, so I'm just catching up on what everyone's doing. But we do have Lexa on outlap as well. Everyone's on outlaps. Right. Skylar is on an outlap. Liassi is 7 seconds up in his time and he's still pushing on the same tyres. I wonder why has Khan beaten me on 5 laps on his same socks? He's down 2 seconds on his time, which is great to see, honestly. But you kind of want to keep the life in the tyres for the race. Wait, why did he just break on line? Very curious to that. Liassi setting at 1:26.322, and he has been for the last 20 minutes. Come on, Miyake, mate. Use that McLaren wheel and get some laps in, mate. Get a time in. You can do better than this. Oh wow, Radovshan has gone pole at the moment. I didn't even realise. He's gone on 1:25.7, which is massively ahead of anyone so far. Everyone qualifying on the softs now, apart from the bottom 3, who are yet to set a time with Skylar on the softs. But Skylar is on his lap now. He gets on the curb a bit, very dangerous curb. If you go just a bit too much, it just absolutely bangs the bottom of your car. As I've found out plenty of times in time trial when heading into that corner like a 10th up. Curious to see where Jimmy comes. Jimmy, who I believe is not using traction control anymore. So curious to see where he finishes today and how he does. Because I'd say Bahrain is quite a traction zone packed track. Traction can be very difficult through the first and second corner, through the hairpin. Awful hairpin, by the way. But once you get it, it is quite satisfying. There's plenty of traction zones. So curious to see how he does, especially his start as well. Start is going to be quite different to what he's used to. Skylar goes P3 with the lap we were just watching of a 1:26.5. So it looks like a good day for Renault here at the moment, or Alpine, however you want to see it. Let's take a look at the standings now. Just going to get them up a minute and then we can see who is fighting for what so far throughout this league. Here we go. Right, okay, so we've got Juju Santi representing Italy, who is currently first on the championship battle with 42 points, with 6 points being his closest rival of Kojo Spurs, who I don't believe is racing today. So Juju Santi is looking to gain his advantage a bit more, but he does have Jimmy Hunt just behind him with an 11 points deficit. So Jimmy Hunt, starting on the mediums, is looking to gap that now. Now this race is quite pivotal for these two, so Juju Santi could be dropped down to P3 at least. Maybe P4 as well, because there's only 16 point deficit. So there's a lot of outcomes that can happen to this race for the Drivers' Championship at the moment. If we have a look at the Constructors, we've got Williams up top of Miyake and Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt, as he's coming up the pits now, very fortunate timing. Let's have a look now as Black Wolf is on a lap. Not a very fast one though, so let's get off that one. Just give Jimmy Hunt a bit of a showing while we are talking about the constructors. So yeah, we've got Williams at top, Miyake and Jimmy Hunt. Scoring very decent points as a team in the league so far. Japan 41 points, Singapore 22 and Azerbaijan 12. There's a pattern of decreased points there, but hopefully they can revert that today and gain a bit more than 12 between the two of them. We've got Alfa Romeo in P2 with Juju, Santi and Vicky, who've been scoring very decent points. Similar to Williams as a team, not many point-ins where it looks like one person has had a bit of a mare. Both looking to be even on their pedestals. And then AlphaTauri in P3 with Lexa and Slimmy Cam not scoring any points at all in Japan between the two of them, but coming back at Singapore to score 27 and then 10 in Azerbaijan. And then we have Mercedes, McLaren, Renault, Racing Point, Haas, Red Bull, and sadly Ferrari at the bottom with Gilles Villeneuve. And I don't know if his name is Gilles Villeneuve. I'll just say Villeneuve. And then Rado is his teammate, only scoring 7 points in total. 6 in Japan, 0 in Singapore, and 1 in Azerbaijan. Did Rado not win in Singapore? No, he didn't. Lexa won, sorry. Rado has DNF'd in his last 2. I saw he did get pulled by a marginal feat there, but anyways. Now we've done all that, let's just have a look at the qualifying at the moment. Jimmy Hunt's still on his lap. He's left it really, really late. He's not going to be able to set a banker. He's just going for the one raw lap. We've got Rado Shelm currently on P1 with a 125.7. We've got Vicky on a 126.2, who has improved his lap since I've checked. Liesse in P3 with a 126.3. Sorry if I get any of your names wrong. You'll have to educate me for next time. If it is a next time, if I do end up doing this again. We've got Whitey Boy in P4, a winner in Australia, I believe. Skylar P5, Villeneuve P6, McDusty P7, Lexa 8, Redzak and Cuba in P10 on 2 lap boards soft to the minute. Let's see how Jimmy fares though on the mediums here. Everyone else banking on soft apart from Miyake and Sickle, who will be starting on the mediums or maybe the hards, as they do have the free choice going into the final grid. But Jimmy Hunt crosses the line on the P16. Sadly, he will be starting at the back of the grid with Iron Knight on a compound of his choice. The alternate strategy could be quite OP around here, so curious to see. Rado is on a lap, I believe, and he's a 10th down, looking to improve his margin on the grid already, which should be quite a feat. But hopefully he can be Mr. Sunday and Saturday, because at the moment it seems to be he's just been Mr. Saturday. I'm not sure on the outcomes of his races and how they fell through. I don't know if it was something to do with another driver or just poor judgment of driving, but hopefully better today. You can't beat me for 126.1 in P2. Lexa jumped into P3, absolutely demoting Vicky and Lassie and Redzak down 2 spots already, and Radoshan betters his lap for 125.6. Wow. Looks like that is going to be the fastest lap of this session, as Liesse is 15 seconds down. Righty boy sticking in the pits. Retire, mate. There we go, nice one. And then Liesse, who could have just crossed the line, goes into fits. So I'm going to get penalty points for the drivers now. So You Can't Beat Me is currently on 2 penalty points, similar to Skylar, and we do have Vicky on 4 penalty points. So be curious to see what happens. Vicky is only 2 penalty points away from a qualifying ban, so hopefully he keeps himself out of the limelight in the wrong reasons, and maybe shows us some of his skill instead, just to make sure he stays out of those issues. And here we go. Radoshan P1, 5/10 clear of anyone else on the grid at least, with You Can't Beat Me in P2, Lexa Pro just behind him, very marginal for P2, Vicky, Liesi, Redzak, Miyake, Righty Boy, Skylar, and Villeneuve creating the top 10 of F4 Bahrain Season 5, with Mukdusty Cuba, Sikil Hijim, Ju Santi, Black Wolf, Jimmy Hunt, unfortunately, coming out late. I don't know what circumstances that was for. And Iron Knight at the bottom for free tyre choice today. Just going to take a drink now because my throat's starting to hurt already. I tell you what, I could not do a double header. No chance. My throat can't take it. Please don't take that out of context either, thank you. Let's just see. No, nothing else in the chat. 12 people though watching, which is a nice thing to see. I'm really liking the thumbnail format for this season, with the different colours representing each league. Well, tier, I should say. We are one league together. Now, I wonder what the tyre choice is going to be for the bottom 10. Because ideally you'd think they'd go for the harder compound, but I think a lot of people would probably go for the softer ones. Let's have a look, shall we? Right, as they set off for the formation lap. And they actually look more civilised in the formation lap than some higher tiers all waiting for each person to go first. It's nice to see. Right, okay, so bottom 10, the mass choice is mediums with McDusty Cuba and the bottom of Iron Knight choosing. We've got one on the hard, which is Jimmy Hunt, which will be I'll be very curious to see. And then we've got Black Wolf, the only one to choose softs. Bit of an odd decision. I wouldn't choose it myself, being that far back with the traffic. Tyre wear for the softs, they don't feel great around here. Around about 7, 8, 9 laps, depending on how far you can push them, is probably the peak for me, I'd say, for most drivers. But it's a long race and it's not a 9-lap race, so there's safety cars, there's VSCs, there's incidents, there's a lot of things that can change the outcome of this race that can benefit Black Wolf on the soft at the back or not. But yeah, apart from that, we've got all in the top 10 on the softs as per, because of the qualifying pace. But that should be it now. 3 penalties, obviously. Now we just wait for the drivers to get back to the grid. I can't believe this. My throat's going already. I couldn't do a double header, no way. I can't believe Champ and Brad did that double header for Japan. Absolutely no chance from me. Wow, the essay setting the fastest formation lap I've ever seen in my life. 1:26.3. How fabulous. That's a joke, by the way. It's just a glitch though. Oh, is it a Friday? I think I have a league race on Fridays at 7 o'clock. Whoops. Oh god, that's bad. And the lights are out for the Bahrain GP for F4 at the moment. And a few people making a few positions. Lexa coming up into P2 as we see. And everyone keeping it clean in the first corner so far. as there's a bit of traffic with a Williams and a Merc. Merc completely taking the corner, absolutely irresponsibly there. And McDusty making the most of the track limits there. And Iron Knight sticking at the back, but everyone seems to have got through pretty sound. But actually, Black Wolf with damage on his soft stint, that is not going to work out for him at all. Just like you know, the S in the SA is pronounced like lies. So it's Lizy. Is it Lizy or just lies? Not too sure. Anyway, Radisham seems to keep his position here, but an Iron Knight is at a coming off. A coming off? I won't say that again. Has came off of the track, and he's absolutely spinning the rears with damage there. Yellow flag for sector 2, but no safety car because there was no actual intruding cars on the track. Everyone forming up in a line appropriately as they wait for the DRS to come to get this race started properly. Miyake being one of the closest, with Sickle taking over Cuba, who has a bit of a off-track moment there. Is Jimmy Hunt going to try and outbrake him? He does on the harder compound. And he goes on into the left, and there's actually ghosting? I don't believe there's actually ghosting. I think that's just a spectator's glitch at the moment. But everyone looking okay. Black Wolf, who is he not pitted yet? He hasn't pitted with his wing damage. Very curious. Maybe he's waiting for an incident, for maybe a safety car to try and save him a little bit. Pardon me. Why do I get hiccups every night? I don't know. And we see Dusty there. Black Wolf, sorry, making the most out of track limits. Might have got a warning for that. Iron Knight apparently in P1. Wow. No, Radisham is still P1. Quite comfortably at the moment. Just about to get out of DRS of Lexa. And should be able to breeze past on this stint for at least a few laps now. Lexa currently out of his DRS as of now. Who has lies right on the back of him. I've been told that's how you pronounce it, so I will carry on like that. And if it's wrong, you can bring that up with Matt's. It's his fault. I am very far back now because of his incident and having to pit. Cuba on the back of Sickle. Now, if we put the telemetry just to see the ERS usage of these drivers. Okay, 30% already. Wow. That is a lot, but he goes on the inside of him. Bit of a push and nudge, but very clean out of the left. Oh, and that's not. There. Oh, and there's a Merc at the back of the grid there of Redzak, who's had an incident apparently, and has lost a lot of positions a lot of times there. I expect him to have wing damage, yet no end plate on either side. Still has some of his vertical plates on his front wing, but that is about it. He will definitely have to come in this lap just to make sure he can get on the track without getting another penalty. Well, a penalty, sorry. Things are starting to space out now on lap 3. Dusty, the person closest to another driver at the moment, at P13. Now let's have a look at best look at the moment. Shall I see this for myself? 1 minute 30. Yep, so I am not gonna be able to make my league race because I completely forgot about it and I'm gonna be late. So looks like I'll just be doing this for today. Villeneuve on the back of Jimmy Hunt now, but doesn't go down the inside at all. Doesn't risk anything there. And Redzak finally pits, even though he's already 13 seconds down from the back end of the grid, having to serve pits to fix his wing, so he's going to be in there even longer. Lexa just on the back of Lies again. In his DRS, which will be enabled now. As he tries to take it now. Great ERS management from him so far. 80% from Lexa. And Liese, he's derating on lap 4. That's a big yikes. Radoshelm just constantly holding the DRS. Absolutely no worries from him. He's getting away from the pack without even using any, really. And yeah, apart from that, there's not really much going on. Just a bit of a trade at the moment. The pack hasn't even spread far enough to where they're all on the straight together. They look for no worries at the moment for any driver, apart from Blackwolf, who stayed out with his damage. I wouldn't say he's kept up with the pack, but he's definitely done better than some of his other drivers. As we see Skyler getting very close to Vicky there. Vicky with the ping warning on his name, so I wonder if that's causing any hassle to the drivers. As he goes down the inside. Oh, and does he push him off a bit there? There's a bit of a... Oh, and he's just been tapped in the rear from Vicky. Vicky needs to be careful there. And Miyake takes Vicky for it. And Miyake abusing the track limits a bit there, just like many other drivers. And has there been a coming off there? By Cuba. I believe I heard... No damage to him. I heard a car going through the barriers, but I believe it was just a decent glitch. Because no one's seems to be out of shape at the moment. Righty boy, right on the tail of Vicky. We're just going to watch this and see how this goes. Still on the back of him now, with Cuba just behind Villeneuve on the full upload mediums, but Villeneuve is going in. It looked like he had a right wing end plate damage there. There were a few people pitting already for the softs onto the mediums, 6 laps in. It'll be a struggle, but they might be able to get to the end. I can definitely say it'll be a struggle in the last few laps though. Got Lies on the back of Lexa, still giving him trouble. Well, Lexa's actually overtaking him, sorry. And Lexa still managing his ERS fairly comfortably. Same with Radoshan, but Lies derating on most straights. Anyways, we just go on to the street to check. Lisa. Okay, I'm getting a lesson in my pronunciation in the chat at the moment. Sector 2 yellow flag, and it looks like Iron Knight has had a complete come off again. He's came off the track once again. He's got more damage this time. No damage lucky for him, but a poor race from him nevertheless so far. Skylar being the second to get penalties today, with Righty Boy just behind him, sweeping the pit lane, and then McDusty being the front runner of the people to get penalties today. We've got Jimmy Hunt, who has jumped up to P6 from P16, jumping 10 places at the moment. Really curious on the back of Cuba Willett there. Cuba, oh wow, the ERS management is looking to be quite poor today around Bahrain. For some drivers anyway, but there's a few drivers that are actually doing pretty well to save the ERS to long it out for the rest of the race. Jimmy Hunt being one of them, and Lexa and Radoshelm. Blackwall 3-second penalty. Has he not come back into the pitch yet? He has. He hasn't. Wow. He's staying out for his soft stint. And he's lost out a lot from it as well, but he has obviously jumped quite a few drivers because of people pitting early. He is going for a few extra laps on the soft stint. Yes, that's it. I don't want to sound like you. No, it's all good, mate. I'm all for it. I want to pronounce people's names right as long as I can. Can't say I can do it every time. And Lexa and Radoshelm both pitting at the same time. So this takes away Lexa's chance of an undercut from Bahrain, as Radoshelm was the first to do so, and very smart of Lexa to jump in just behind him to stop any advantage being taken away from him, or any disadvantage to be given to him. Blackwell stays out even longer, as he's put himself in a really poor position now, because he's got Radoshelm ahead of him who will burst off, and he's got Lexa just behind him with the essay who will absolutely burn him on pace at the moment with his wing damage. So staying out this long, I really don't see has benefited him, but we'll see what happens when he does come to pit. Hopefully this lap, I won't expect him to stay out any longer. Jimmy Hunt now, still on the back of Sickle Hygiene. Both the hard runners, so expected to stay out the longest out of everyone on track, as long as they can stay out of the damage. With McDusty just behind him now on the mediums, keeping up with him. We'll have to pit a bit earlier, but we'll see how it goes when he jumps onto the softs. So he's going to have to go for quite a while anyways. And we've got Lexa overtaking Blackwolf as I guessed, exactly as I guessed, with Liza coming up right behind him as well. Yeah, but Blackwolf just not a clue what's going on here. I don't know if that was just poor judgment in the corner, or just the wing damage really taking its toll on the car now, as Righty Boy and Skylar get the jump on him as well. And Miyaki and You Can't Beat Me coming into the pits now, with Jimmy Hunt staying out even longer, of course, on the hards. So it looks like all the soft runners are in now, apart from Black Wolf, who is now coming in for the Costa pit. So, of course, stewards, do as you wish. But yeah, I believe that's everyone coming in now, apart from the hard runners. Yep, so everyone below the top 5 now coming in for the pit stop and the compound change. So now it's just all the hard runners yet to come in, with Cuba and Stickle gaining 11 positions, but Jimmy Hunt gaining 12 at the moment. Black Wolf still in the pits, fixing his wing, of course, just coming out now at the back of the grid, behind Iron Knight, who has had 2 crashes and had already pitted, which is that just tells you that him staying out with that wing damage was not beneficial at all. Anyways, we move on. We've got Miyaki now, just in the back of Villeneuve. They are both, well, Villeneuve is on the mediums and Miyaki on the brand new softs. Brand new softs? Very curious as to why he's done that. Might have just been a compound change, just so he's free for whatever comes up next. You can beat me just about staying in the DRS there of driver, as Sickle Hygiene just in the back of McDusty here, with Jimmy Hunt about to be pressured in 2 as he's losing rapid time because of McDusty. Sorry, my nose is blocked for a minute. Probably struggles him to speak. Jimmy Hunt really trying to pressure on Sickle here. Now, we can see a lot of people within 10 laps have already got damage. So this is, sorry, penalties. So this is going to be very close when it comes to the end. What I do know about Jimmy Hunt is that he is brilliant at keeping it out of the penalties. There's been an absolute minority of races where I've seen him even get 3 seconds. So that could definitely come in handy towards the end of the race now today. It's Friday, isn't it? Oh my god, I got a race tomorrow. Yeah, I actually didn't realise. I thought I had another 2 days, but no mind. My mind is powerful today. Didn't get too much sleep last night, but anyways. So we've got Skylar just on the back of his teammate on the same situation here, both on the mediums. One of them going longer though on the mediums, which is Skylar, who pitted one lap earlier than his teammate, avoiding the double stack. And we see Santi coming in on the mediums. Very curious. Must have damage, surely. We're just going to keep on him just to check, as there's not much else happening elsewhere. Actually, we do have Skylar just on the back of his teammate, but nothing else happens. And I can't tell if he got his wing change. It seemed a bit too quick for his wing change. So maybe he hasn't a hard, so maybe that was just his chosen strategy. He could definitely go a bit more laps than 11 laps on the mediums, undoubtedly. So it's kind of made his hard stint a little bit harder for no reason there. Unless track position is that important to him, I don't know, but I guess the free air can be a bit of a help. Anyways, Jimmy Hunt, Sickle and Dusty. Bit of a stalemate at the moment, not being able to take each other, just following the train of each other. And Skylar the same with Liza. I will get it right at least once, so then you can just imagine I've said that every time, because I'm still unsure at the moment. But yeah, righty boy now coming up on Skylar. Skylar second and dirty of his team at the minute. Oh, swinging a wheel out a slight bit there. It's a poor corner that, I really don't like that corner. It's a bit of a struggle when time trial, that's for sure. So righty boy will be in his DRS. But is Skylar going to be able to make the move here? He should do with his teammate derating already. He was using, but he's taking it off. Why is he doing that? I think he might have him anyways. Oh, he stays behind him. Keeps it sound. Radoshelm only 2.5 seconds off of Jimmy Hunt. So undoubtedly P1 still. Provisionally at the moment, even though Cuba with Dusty Sickle and Jimmy Hunt ahead of him. But to Radoshelm and to Lexa, that is just traffic at the moment. Lexa has gone on softs. Again. Did not realise that. That's a curious one. Because he's definitely going to have to pit again. There's not a chance in hell that he's getting to the end on soft. Radoshelm on mediums, you can definitely get to the end. Be a bit strugglesome. Hard is probably the safer option. Puncher wise and slip wise, but yeah, they're definitely going to be the fastest around the track. I would love to be able to race the outer circuit around here, I can't lie. That is my one wish for next year, that the outer circuit is in the game, because that move on Russell that move Russell did on Bottas, looked brilliant. The track looked brilliant that day. Anyways, McDusty's coming into the pits. The first of the harder compound runners to do so. And it looks as if Skylar gets his teammate this time. Although they were both derating there. So very close on the brink of VRS. Vicky with a 3-second penalty. Not the first of the bunch though, there's plenty of them today. Plenty of 3 seconds, a few 5 seconds, some that have already been served. And if we look at the stops, it's only the top 3 yet to stop now. So Jimmy Hunt, the only hard, with Sickle Haging to be the only hard runner so far. And we've got Cuba on the medium, so he will be looking to come in very soon. She'll put Sickle and Jimmy Hunt on provisional P1 and 2, but obviously we all know who that'll be going to towards the end of the race. If this pans out how it should do, that'll be Rado and Lexa. Lexa falling back a bit from Rado. 2 seconds, which I don't believe that was the time when they did pit. I believe he was quite a bit closer than that. But then we have Skylar and Liesser, who did pit a bit earlier than just falling off the time a bit. As Radoshelm overtakes Jimmy Hunt. And this could be good for Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt, if he can manage to keep up and stay in Radoshelm's DRS, could get a massive advantage on some of his harder running compadres that are going to... Compadres? Compadres is dad. Sorry. Don't know why he said that. Anyways, could benefit him from the rest of the hard runners that are pitted a bit earlier than him, because they're going to be stuck in traffic a bit with slower drivers, so they're going to have to make more work of it. Whereas Jimmy Hunt, well, Runisham's already blasted off past Sickle Hijim as well, so that takes my argument off the table. Nevertheless, Jimmy Hunt and Sickle have the advantage of being behind faster drivers, which means there's not going to be any traffic, nothing to impede their speed apart from a bit of dirty air. But the hard runners that have pitted a bit earlier are going to be in traffic of drivers that are slower than them. So it's going to be not the funnest of... it'll be fun, no doubt, but it will be strugglesome. And that looks like Iron Knight coming off again. And it is Iron Knight for his third off-track experience today. May as well have gone off-roading, I think, at this point. Anyways, we'll carry on. Luckily for him, no damage again. We've got Mayaki just half a tenth off here. There, and yellow flags. But I don't see any incidents. Apparently a Ferrari and a Alfa Romeo, but everything looks good to me. The grid is gapping out again, and wow, Iron Knight once again spinning off for the fourth time today. No damage again, so it must have been a spin. But yeah, Dancing Ice is normally on a Saturday, I believe, but it's come a bit early for us on F4. His teammate, on the other hand, on the newer mediums of the bunch around him, he's doing pretty well in P8 at the moment. Let's see how many times... You know, he has actually dropped 6 positions nevertheless, but he is still holding point position at the moment. And then obviously we've got Jimmy and Sickle, who are the biggest gap jumpers at the moment of the group, but they will have to pit eventually, so we'll see how big that gap really does change. And Iron Knight gets a 5-second penalty and retires in the pits, thankfully. Poor race from him. Not one he's going to want to look back on, and if he is, unlucky mate, just focus on the next one. Anyways, look at this train now, just not much happening at all. Sorry, there's a car in the background. Anyways, Lexa, the first of the two hard runners to come. No, wait, no, Lexa was on the softs. Did Lexa make a mistake on his compound there when he pitted for softs again, or has he just done, or has he gone for a soft medium? Very curious. Anyways, Jimmy Hunt and Sickle still in the hards, which I expected them to stay longer. I was curious then. I thought I saw a hard runner come in, but nope, they've stayed out. Jimmy Hunt really taking advantage of Sickle's DRS use at the moment. He's dropped down by 20%, keeping within his DRS, and he is running lower fuel than Jimmy Hunt at the moment. So his car's going to be lighter, but he's going to have less fuel to push on with the softer compound towards the end, which Jimmy Hunt can really pounce on. We've got Skylar having Righty Boy, who has come out of nowhere just to pounce onto Skylar now, within half a second of his time. ERS use is not looking too great around the three of these drivers, from the Renault to Renault, and then we've got just behind the Renault of Liese, You Can Beat Me and Miyake, who are managing the ERS pretty well. And Miyake's on soft, so he is going to have to pit again. So it looks like some people are going for 2 stops. As Jimmy Hunt overtakes Sickle Hygiene, but he is in the pits, so not overtaken on merit, just on pit stops. So Jimmy Hunt now is going to have to make an advantage with staying out on the hard tyres for longer and make the most out of the softer tyres when it comes to the end of the race. Radocham's just cruising past now. He's not going to have to pit now. He can just drive to the finish line, but hopefully he doesn't spin out or get into an incident like he has in the last 2 races. Hopefully he can get a win in, and then we can get him in for an interview. Okay, I think my deltas are broken at the minute, because that is not 33 hundredths. Just gonna let these fresh out a bit. Oh yeah, I can go a bit here. God, this game is really, like, not broken at all. Come on. Give us the deltas. Stop the count. And Miyake comes into the pits with Skyler? It is, yes. Skyler on 11 lap old medium, so he's going for a 2-stop as well. Going for a soft medium. That's a glitch, you're not saving a penalty. If you want to save a penalty, you would have done it. Just before pitting, Jimmy Hunt's staying out even longer. Now, Radoshelm. Oh, Black Wolf is retired, is that? Oh wow, Black Wolf has crashed out on turn 12, he's off the track. There's a VSC for it. Now, luckily, it was not on the track, so we didn't impede any driver coming around it. Behind him, obviously I don't believe there wasn't anyone behind him, as after his stint he was firmly at the back of the grid. But unlucky for him, he is out of the race today. So we'll not score no more points for Red Bull this race. Now the deltas. Are the deltas going to fix up? Because I can only see half of them. Delta disruption. God, these deltas just don't work, do they? We see a few more drivers coming into the pits now. The SC coming in for Skyler gets a free sit penalty for track limits. The SC must be coming in for a medium stop, as he did start on soft. So, oh no, he's coming out on medium. Sorry. Did he not just pit? Oh, were those two saving drive-throughs? Sorry, I was looking at the chat just to make sure everything was running smoothly. They must have been saving a drive-through there. I'm just gonna check. Just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. And yes, exactly. Lessie and Righty Boy coming in for drive-throughs. I didn't even realise. My bad, you lot. Anyways, Jimmy Hunt still the only driver not to stop. He's consistently keeping behind Radoshelm at 5.5 seconds. So he's not doing too bad for pace. He knows that he's on the pace, with Radoshelm being the peak of that pace today. Take a shot every time I say pace. Pace. Anyways. Sigma P7 just behind McDusty now. Now let's have a look at how old each people's tyres are. Jimmy Hunt, the only one left to pit on 18 lap old hards. I wonder if he does start to come in now because there's not actually many laps to go. He just doesn't. Maybe he's longing it out for a safety car, but I don't believe we'll get one. I really don't. With the standard of driving at the moment, everything looks pretty solid. I don't think that we will get one, so I think Jimmy should start to think about... Well, he's going for the softs, obviously, so I think maybe it is actually better to stay out for a few more just to give him a nice soft one at the end, but it's going to be pretty tricky near the end of the race though, as he will be dropped down the grid quite a bit because the gaps are not exactly huge. You'll probably come out somewhere, I believe, around the bottom of the points. Well, the SC's in the pits there. No wing damage, just for a change of compound. Onto brand new mediums. Got Skylar on the back of Righty Boy. Righty Boy much more ERS. I don't know why he's using it here. You don't get much of an advantage from it. And Vicky with a 3-second time penalty there. Got McDusty there in P7, just inside the DRS now, obstacle, so he has been dropping out as we just saw him. Why is he on 6 lap all cars? Okay, curious that. Skylar, is he going to go for Dog right? No, he doesn't. Stays just behind him. Oh, and he taps the rear and Righty Boy nearly goes off for it. But he holds it, and Righty Boy does go into the pits. And does he get a penalty? No, he doesn't. Yankee sets the fastest lap, which is nice to see. And You Can't Beat Me. And Jimmy Hunt finally coming out of the pits on a soft run. It's gone for 8 laps on them, which is quite a long run for them. But it is low fuel, so you will be able to do it. You probably wouldn't be able to at the start of the race, but your car is pretty heavy in the load. It's pretty strong on the car. So Jimmy Hunt and You Can't Beat Me racing till the end now. Really going to be trying to push up for those points still in position, because this will make the difference of P3 and P2 most likely. Two seconds, I've got now. Sorry, I am back. So Radoshelm, what has happened to Radoshelm? He's pitted for softs, okay. So Radoshelm is just pitted for softs into P4 now, so he's going to be looking to completely gain all his positions back within the next 5 laps, which I expect he will, because the gap is not that big. Just shocked me for a second then. I was looking at it and thinking, why is he dropped down? But anyways, Cuba Willick P1 and Lexa and Sickle in P3. All on harder compounds than Rado. Jimmy Hunt is 20 seconds down, which I don't believe is true. Or is it? No, it's not. It's definitely not. Wait, why is Jimmy Hunt? There we go, it's fixed now. Jimmy Hunt 3 seconds off the next hard runner ahead of him, which is McDusty. So curious to why he did go on the hards. Maybe a compound issue. But anyways, Radoshelm side by side with Stickle Hygiene, but takes the corner undoubtedly, gets ahead on the outside. As we can see, oh, I'm hitting my brake there. And Cuba now on the back of Lexa with Rado push. Oh, Rado dives down the inside. Oh, pushing him wide. He's pushing him a bit wide. Raceable surface though. What a move from Radoshelm. Wow. For the best move we've seen today. Anyways, not exactly a corner you'd expect people to go down. Could have expected Cuba there to be flipped like Lance Stroll. in the Sakhir Grand Prix after one of the restarts. Anyways, Rado really pouncing on Lexa now. Really pouncing on him now. Sorry, I'm busy with some things that I didn't expect to come up today. Anyways, just gonna check the comments on the shoe in a minute. Sorry for the silence. I know it's not the best. He's making better moves than me in Singapore. Come on, the Jimmy from Bazza, yeah. Jimmy going for the P5 at the moment. He's cut the gap by 1.5 seconds here for P5 in the last 2 laps, as Rado Shelm is coming up now for a P1, and then Lexa in P2 still somehow, being on all the mediums. He did go for the 2-stop with Cuba. No, Cuba is on the 1-stop, I believe, but Lexa with the 2-stop is still holding P2, so the strategy has not gone out bad for him at all. But really curious to see what Jimmy Hunt does here. Takes the wider line here, the wider berth, to take the nicer exit. Doesn't exactly pay off for him. And he's got less. Oh, he does kind of. He's gaining a little bit, but he doesn't have more ERS than McDusty. McDusty's holding a bit more. Oh, a bit wobbly there from McDusty and Jimmy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to have time to do interviews, I believe. It's going to be very close. Anyways, let's just keep an eye on the race for a minute. We've got Cuba in P3, 1/2 second now from Lexa on the hards. Now Lexa's tyres should be a bit nicer to him than Cuba's are. At the moment, we've got Jimmy Hunt, who has taken McDusty now, but we do have Sickle just coming onto the back of Cuba, fighting for the P3. And if we look at the penalties, Cuba does have a 3-second penalty. Jimmy Hunt and Sickle don't, so Jimmy Hunt, if he can catch up to Sickle, will be looking for the P3, because he will obviously jump Cuba if he doesn't manage to gain any time on his P2 rivalry at the moment with Lexa. Cuba does actually take Lexa there. So Cuba is trying his hardest to get away now with his penalty to try and keep a podium. I don't believe P2 is possible for him, but I think P3 he might be able to stick through. Anyways, is there anyone... Oh, well, the gaps are very, very sparse now throughout the rest of the grid, so it is really the battle between these lot here. with how close it's been so far. But Lex is going to have another go at him now. And Lex has done it. Lex has gone ahead. Now Cuba is being pressured by Sickle here. Cuba lagging a bit, but he's already derating on one of the shortest straights on this track. So it doesn't show much for him when he comes around for the last few corners. Once again. And Jimmy Hunt right on the back of Sigil Hajim there. Jimmy's just done it. He's gone around for P4, but the gap is. It looks like it's going to be a. Looks like it's going to be a P3 for Jimmy at the moment, because if Cuba, Lexa, and Jimmy stay this close, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be really tight. Look at the tyres there. So Cuba is holding on with 13 lap holds and Lexa 11 lap. Oh, and we see Jimmy Hunt going for a dive on two of them. He's got off at Harry, but he's held it on one of them. He's held it on Lexa, but Lexa's going to be pressuring now on the inside. Is he going to get the move done? No, Lexa stays behind. Jimmy Hunt into P3 now, which is provisional P2. Radoshan with the guaranteed win, as long as he can hold it round now. But Jimmy Hunt, this looks like a hell of a feat for him. Looks like traction control being turned off is really paying off. Really, really paying off. Alexa's still on the back of him though. Oh, Sickle disconnected. No, he hasn't. Sickle has gone in the show. Sorry I haven't been active 24/7 with this race. I've been trying to sort something out in the background while also doing this. But Radoshan starts his last lap now with Cuba and Jimmy Hunt quite a bit far behind, but Jimmy Hunt is really pressuring Cuba here. He doesn't need to make the move, but I know what I'm like. I'd love to finish in front on track, just like I'd expect Jimmy to, so he's really pushing for the rest of his lap. With Cuba already derating and Jimmy Hunt just on the back of him. We've got Lexa falling behind a little bit, but it's still going to give him a P3. And it's going to leave Cuba in P4 at the moment. I think Cuba has lost his podium. I think he really has. Sigil Hajime is in P6 now. And look at Jimmy Hunt and Cuba. Cuba is going to finish P4 by the looks. But they've gained massively throughout this race. Jimmy Hunt especially. Oh, and his tyres are getting a bit hairy there. You see, he nearly spun it there, nearly a half spin. But he's kept it pinned. And he's coming into the last corner. And as we see, Radoshan just coming down the few last straights. With Cuba and Jimmy just behind, like I said earlier. We've got Lexa into the DRS of Jimmy Hunt. And it looks like Radoshan has won the Bahrain GP. His first win of Tier 4 as he crosses the line for Ferrari to get their first win. And if we look at the fastest lap, Jimmy Hunt crosses the line with Cuba. Jimmy Hunt takes P2 and fastest lap. So not the full takeover from Radoshan. He gets the 25 for the race and the 1 for qualifying. But Jimmy Hunt takes P2 and fastest lap. And Cuba dropped into P4 with Lexa on the podium at P3. GG's from the rest of you. Very well done. You Can't Beat Me P5, Sicko in P6, Dusty Villeneuve, Skylar Miyake, Santi, Vicky, Righty Boy, Liesi with a Fall from Grace, and Redzak in P15. Swerving around like he's won the thing. In JVL that would be a point, so definitely something to celebrate, but anyways, this is 0. So, yeah, he crosses the line. And there we go. Good luck, well done. That was a very good race. Now, I'm sorry, Routinho, I don't have time for the interviews. I really apologise. Obviously, if I knew I was... I'm sorry, mate, I can't do them. Right, I am just going to get a picture of the race directory, and then I'm going to have to finish it off because I am on such... I'm on a strict time at the moment. I need to go do something. There we go. I should check the stream comments before I finish it off. Yep, that's fine. There you go. There's all the results. I'll just show the proper results first. There's all the warnings and all the penalties. So thank you for watching. This has been unknown. I cannot stay for any longer. I have to be somewhere. But thank you for watching. This has been the Bahrain GP for Season 5, Round 4 of Euro. And thank you for watching, and see you... Well, we'll see you tomorrow for F3 and F2. We have F3 at 4 o'clock, and we have F2, which I'll be racing in if you want to come and take a look, at 6 o'clock for Bahrain as well. And then F1 on Sunday at 6 o'clock also. So that'll be it. Thank you, and we'll see you another time.